All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Michigan International. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Oh, the High Octane Racing League and Happy Hour Racing League merging tonight to honor Greg Kirchmayer. It's the Fishbones 200. Michigan International 100 lap event. It's the memorial event, a special one to honor our hero, Greg Kirchmayer. This is going to be a great one tonight, man. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory? Well, there's only one way to find out, and watch it right here on TurnLeft TV. Well, it's a very special event for us here tonight, TurnLeft TV. It's the Greg Kirchmayer Memorial Race, the Fishbones 200. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeft TV, and we do really have a special event for you tonight, man. Fishbones 200 to honor the life of Greg Kirchmayer, Happy Hour Racing League owner, raced here at High Octane Racing League as well, and we have got a good one for you. The guys are showing up all to pay tribute to the life of Greg Kirchmayer. Happy Hour Racing League Truck Series, High Octane Racing League as well, 100 lap race here tonight, and a special event here at Michigan. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Join us for flag-to-flag coverage here for the Fishbones 200. Guys, got about 17 minutes left here. We thought we'd get a little bit extra time, come in and kind of give you an idea of what we got going on here tonight. Get a good turnout. Take a look at the grid here so far. Like 12 drivers joining us tonight. Unscheduled night for us, really, man. We don't normally broadcast on Thursday nights, but couldn't pass this one up. I've been working with Brent Owen for a little while here to sort of firm up the plans as far as this memorial event. And I am excited about this one. So a very special event for us tonight, man, and great to see the guys coming out as well. Especially, you know, those Happy Hour Racing League guys, man. They were the first ones in here tonight. Brian Hall, John Pfeiffer, Andrew Smith, Dana Grover, Craig Gallagher also races over there pretty frequently as well. And a little crossover. That just shows you the friendship that we have here with Happy Hour Racing League guys. I can tell you this personally. When I was getting into broadcasting here at RF2. Happy Hour Racing League really latched onto them really quickly. Those guys welcomed me with open arms. I did some racing there as well. They do all kinds of racing, man. So just a really kind of a low-key deal, you know, no drama. Just get out and race, have fun. And that is a great motto for those guys, too. And Greg Kirchmayer set the tone in that league. That was, and he crossed over and watched raced here at High Octane Racing League as well, and won the championship in Truck Series. We're celebrating the life of Greg Kirchmayer tonight at Michigan, his favorite track. And speaking of the track, it's Michigan, right? Speaking of the track, it's Michigan International, 2 miles, located in Brooklyn, Michigan. Man, this thing is high speed, banking in the corners at 18 degrees. Down the front stretch, 12 degrees, and the back stretch at 5 degrees. And man, I'll tell you what, this is a fun track. It really is. High speed, got to be up on the wheel. You get good close racing too. The draft is definitely in play, and I think pit stops on point is going to be a big one here tonight, man. But fun track here at Michigan. This was Greg's favorite track. And I think it's going to be a fun event here tonight.
A lot of soul.
For more racing headed your way here on TurnLeft TV. We got the Bushwhacker Series coming up tomorrow night, race number 2 of the season. And it is Iowa Speedway, 130-lap race there, a little short track action. Should be a lot of fun. Broadcast will start about 8:45 or so. That's Eastern time. Qual start at 9 p.m., racing at 9:15. 130-lap race coming up tomorrow night right here on TurnLeft TV, Iowa Speedway. Greg Kirchmayer was a guy that he was really passionate about forestry management, just natural resources, and he would do an outreach program with the kids in the Green Bay area every year, teaching them about sustainable forestry and love for trees and all things nature. So Greg Kirchmayer always giving back, great outreach there, good teacher too. When it comes to teaching kids, doesn't matter whether you're in the classroom every day doing teaching like I am, or you're doing this on behalf of, I think you work for the, area power company as well. So just teaching kids about forestry and how important that was to maintain our forests, manage and maintain our forests. So giving back to the community there with Greg Kirchmayer. Todd Robillard joining us out here. Good to see Todd, man, coming out on Thursday night. Ed Palumbo as well, bringing out the high-octane Racing League guys. Tiago Lopez, too. Man, he's got the top time here tonight so far. Got a little under, about 12.5 minutes left to go. John Stanley coming out, Andrew Smith, Dana Grover, Craig Gallagher, John Pfeiffer, Brent Owen, Denis Yudichin, all the way from Ukraine. Denis Yudichin. 47. Take a look at these keys to the race here at Michigan, and we'll show these during the warm-up or the formation lap too. Man, you got to save fuel here. A lot of times this comes down to a fuel mileage race. I really think that massaging that throttle is going to be key here. This could come down to fuel mileage. It seems to do this in Michigan. Own the corners too. Really, a lot of this is everybody can drive it down the straightaway, but you got to own the corners. You're really get a good bite. Keep yourself out of the wall. Find your line as well. Tire management. This thing is tough on tires because it's such a high speed. You got a pretty pretty tight turning radius given the speed we got here, and then make good pit stops as well. On and off pit lane, man. A lot of speed coming off pit lane. Easy speed down pit lane. You do not want to do that. That would be devastating here at Michigan. Saturday Night Thunder will be at Pocono Raceway. 80-lap race, the Tricky Triangle. Race number 3 of the season. And it's the Saturday Night Thunder hitting you in the face on Saturday nights. Come on out and join us. Racing starts at 9 p.m. About 10 minutes left to go in the practice session. I should mention that Greg Kirchmayer won the Tough Trucks Championship in 2024. First season in 2024, he was a Tough Truck Series champion. You see, we call him Fishbones. One of our guys here, Sean Jacobs, saw the fish on the side of the truck and just started calling him Fishbones. And so here we are, racing the Fishbones Memorial 200 in honor of Greg. And Greg owned that too, man. He loved that. He got a chuckle out of that. So there's Greg Kirchmayer, 20 truck. And Dana Grover is going to be in that 20 truck tonight. Dana racing, crossing over, racing here at High Octane Racing League and racing Happy Hour Racing League. And he jumped at the chance to be able to race Greg's truck. So best of luck to him tonight. Iago Lopez, he lives in Portugal, man. He was telling me about an hour ago it was 1 o'clock in the morning there. So he is staying up late to race with us. No, he's going to be fast. Guy loves racing and really from the great country of Portugal. Check out our side by side to see if that's working tonight. Looks like it is so far. That's good news. We always like it when things are working. All right, so just over 7 minutes, approaching 7-minute mark before we head to qualifications. So chatting it up. Well, that's me so far. We say, hey, welcome race fans. Tonight we'll be at Michigan International for a 100-lap race. It's the Fishbones 200. We run this memorial event to honor the life of Greg Kirchmayer, who passed away 1 year ago yesterday. Suddenly as well. Happy Hour Racing League and High Octane Racing League will team up tonight in the Truck Series to battle wheel to wheel for the inaugural 200-mile memorial event, the Fishbones 200. So whether you're watching this live or on replay or you're competing with us tonight, thank you so much for supporting us and supporting Happy Hour Racing League, supporting High Octane Racing League. Happy Hour Racing League racing on Mondays and Thursdays. It's under 5 minutes left to go. Man, I don't know. I usually make a pick to win this race. I'm at a disadvantage here, man. Actually, I know a lot of these guys, man. I've raced with, I think, almost everybody out on the track at some point. Whether I be racing Happy Hour Racing League or High Octane Racing League, I've raced with almost everybody out here. And I am going to give my prediction during the warm-up session. How about that? That's fair, isn't it? Wait to the warm-up session. See Andrew Smith getting some practice coming down off the track, down to pit lane. That's Craig Gallagher. Apologize for that. In the Toyota. That's not a bad idea, man. It's, like I said, it's high speed when you're coming off the track, down onto the flat part there, the pit entrance, no man's land, if we would say. One thing to do it here, but also one thing to do it in the race conditions too. Three minutes left to go before we hit qualifications. Again, thank you for coming out and watching the race here tonight. And don't hesitate to get up there in the chat session and chat it up. And I want to say thank you for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and please smash the bell. You get updates when races are going live. Thanks to all the subscribers, whether it be from the beginning, somewhere in between, or brand new subscribers. If you come out watching the races, I would encourage you to subscribe. I really appreciate that support here at TurnLeft TV. All right, just under 2 minutes. Take a look at the 90 of Todd Robillard. Great to see Todd out here tonight. One more driver down. 13 drivers joining us tonight. Lanny Hall joining us. Good to see Lanny. He's getting ready to actually show up on the grid. next week in the Tough Trucks series, we will be at North Wilkesboro, 135 lap race. That's on Wednesday night, January, it's not January the 14th. God. It's January the 21st. I forgot to change that, man. See, that's why I'm an amateur. This is why I'll never be a professional broadcaster. Next week, coming up, North Wilkesboro Speedway, 135 lap race in the Tough Truck Series. Oh boy. All right, get ready to go to quali. Qualifications headed your way. All right, I think we're ready, baby. Qualification action for you tonight. Starting it off. So I'm excited. Got 10 minutes to get their qualification laps in. Now, these guys qualify all at the same time here. We'll try to get everybody on camera if we can. Well, looks like they're all qualifying together. Together, baby, together. Looks like these guys are all qualifying at the same time. We'll let them qualify and deal with that later. I don't know what went on there with the RF mod, but that was so funky. All right, these guys are going through quals, and it looks like that format's a little bit off, but that's okay. So it looks like these guys are kind of doing an open format qualification. Take a look at Dana Grover. Dana Grover in the 20. now. Dana Grover shown in 5th. Thiago Lopez, the top time here so far. Ed Palumbo jumping up to the 3rd position. A little bit of an odd qualification format, it looks like, that they've decided on, but it'll work, man. It's all in fun. There ain't nobody winning any championships or anything. It's all out here. Greg would, he'd love it. He'd get a kick out of it, actually, and make the best of it, I think. Take a look here, Andrew Smith. It's like the top time is Thiago Lopez. Smith down the backstretch. John Stanley also as well out there on the track. So Smith in the 13 finishing up his 2 laps. John Stanley in the 12. Stanley Tools sponsored Ford. Looks like he's finishing up his as well. And I think that might be, yeah, it looks like John's come down pit lane, so it looks like he's finished. Andrew Smith finished as well. I'm not sure, but Tony Furtado looks like he is not going out and qualifying. All right, so qualification not quite over, but appreciate you guys coming out here watching the race tonight here on TurnLeft TV in a special event. Let's get this party started. All right, qualification's just about over, it looks like. So thank you for being patient with us. All right, I think we're in the warm-up session. We'll take a look at the qualification results. A little funky deal with the qualifications there. And if you're just joining us, we're at Michigan tonight. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcast and commentator here at TurnLeft TV. It's the Fishbones 200 Happy Hour Racing League and High Octane Racing League joining forces here to pay tribute to Greg Kirchmayer. Let's take a look at the qualification results. And I apologize there. It looked like the qualification stuff was a little bit off. Tiago Lopez, the top time, 40.017. Brian Hall qualifies in the second position. Ed Palumbo and Todd Robillard start in row number 2. Dana Grover, Brent Owen will start in row 3, 5th and 6th respectively. John Pfeiffer and Dennis Yudichin qualify 7th and 8th. Andrew Smith will start in the 9th position. Craig Gallagher starts in P10 in that 13 car. Starting in 11th is John Stanley, Team Staplegun in the Ford. Lanny Hall will start in 12th. Tony Furtado starts in the 13th position. And I think we've got another driver who is tipping to join us. Again, we are in the qualification session. Thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. Tomorrow's Friday, is it not? One more day of work and then a 3-day weekend here in the U.S. I could use it too, man. Whew, man. Somebody decided to turn off the heater outside because it went from about 60 degrees one day and the next day a cold front moved in and it was like 20. And I swear we had sideways snow. Not kidding you, man. I looked outside when I was at work and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I had to go out to my car in that. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to pick my get my pick in here tonight. My pick to win this race. My pick to win this race is Dana Grover. Preston Hassel joining us in the chat, man. It's past his bedtime. 18 Celsius over here. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, that's not too bad though. 18 Celsius. That's not bad, is it? I mean, I think 20 Celsius is like 68 degrees here. So 18, yeah. I don't know, what are you looking at? 65 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's where we're at. Okay. Sounds good. I have to get a substitute teacher though. Rivaldo in here. How about that, huh? Good to see Rivaldo. And man, it's got to be, what is it, like 11 o'clock at night there in Brazil? This is their +2, if I'm not mistaken. Tony Furtado here in the 9 coming out and joining us too. Good to see Tony. John Pfeiffer, the top of the grid here in the warm-up session. That 33 truck. Yeah, 11:30, wow. Woo! He's up late. Couple minutes left to go. Looks like one of our drivers dropped here. We're going to restart the warm-up, let him get in here. Oh, okay.
Soul.
Waiting on one of our drivers here to join back. Always love RF2, man. All righty, I think we're ready to rock, baby. We are ready to rock and roll. These guys are ready to populate the grid. And we'll take a look at the starting order here tonight. Let's take a look at that. Let's get that chat off there. Tiago Lopez, Brian Hall starting on the front row. Ed Palumbo, Todd Robillard start in the second row. Third row, Dana Grover, Britt Owen. Dana Grover in the 20 truck, by the way. John Pfeiffer starts at the 7th position. Dennis Schuster is starting in the 8th spot. Starting in 9th is Andrew Smith in the 13th. Craig Gallagher starts 10th. John Stanley starts 11th. Lanny Hall starts in the 12th position. Starting at 13th will be Tony Furtado, and Lucas Lecton starts in 14th. Lap race here, the Greg Kirchmayer Fishbones Memorial 200. Tiago Lopez got to be one of those guys, a favorite to win this race. Lights are out on the pace car, and we're ready to make it happen here at Michigan. Pace car's off. Here we go.
Go, go, go.
Green, green, green here at Michigan. The Greg Kirchmayer 200, the Fishbones 200. Green light is going, baby. Brian Hall takes an early lead, jumping ahead on that outside line. The outside, I think, pretty darn good here at Michigan. See the 90 of Todd Robel up on the outside line. This is 6X leading the field. 76, Tiago Lopez gets a good run there on the inside. Oh, boy, does he wedge that car in there. Todd Robillard maybe gave him a little bit of a break. On board here with Todd Robillard, he may have given him a little bit of a break. Robillard in the 90, running in the 3rd position. Woo, boy. And the 54 trying to squeeze through as well. Dana Grover also running in the 5th position. On board here with Dana Grover is Ed Palumbo running in P4 just ahead.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow flag, a big one. A big one. Lopez up into the outside wall, it looks like. And he is floating down that track. And looks like there might have been some contact between he and Brian Hall. So early caution flag. Let's take a look. take a look and see what happened here. Tiago on the inside. See the 6X. He's running on this outside line. Tiago in the 78, and then, oh boy, right there, that 6X, and then, oh, contact. Looks like those guys just kind of misjudged where each other was. Tiago down on this bottom, drifting up the track there a little bit. The 6X also coming down, and Tiago drifting up as well. And those guys meet in the middle, and then more contact. Woo! And Tiago, those guys did a great job of missing that. Go on board here with Todd Robillard and see what happened. Tiago drifted up here a little bit, and the 6X also, oh man, they just kind of met in the middle. And Robillard was able to miss that. It just looked like both those guys arguing for the same real estate. 6X up on the high line. That's Brian Hall, and then contact there. And he in the 76, and then more contact, a little oscillation coming back, and then, man, Tiago in the 76. Takes the front end of that deal. Ed Palumbo had a look at this as well on board here with Ed Palumbo. You see right there, those guys get a little bit tight together, and then coming off the corner, they're just going to meet. Boom, both of them. And then contact there, Ed Palumbo diving down to the apron to miss that. So third lap in, caution flag. That's not what we want to see. We don't see caution flags tonight, man. That is for sure. We don't want to see those until ever. So Lopez with some big time damage, I believe. He's on, I'm not sure he's on pit lane, but back there in the back. So big time damage there for Lopez. I think we're going to see some guys maybe dive down pit lane here a little bit. That did Judic in the 47 on pit lane. So Lopez, Uderchin, and Smith all on pit lane right now. And Uderchin finishing up, coming back out. Andrew Smith and Tiago Lopez on pit lane. Take a look at Andrew Smith. Tiago still on pit lane. Looks like he might be coming off pit lane as well. Andrew in the 13. So we're getting 2 views of Brian Hall there, aren't we? This is why I'm not a professional broadcaster, you know, if I do stuff like this. But I'm doing it all, except for driving the truck. Replay reviews, chatting, playing music, you know, doing the live call and so forth. John Stanley's come down pit lane here in the 12, so interesting deal there. So Stanley in the 12, also the 13. Craig Gallagher on pit lane. Lanny Hall on pit lane as well. Lanny Hall in the 52 on pit lane. So a little caution flag here early on. A lot of guys, man, this is what I was saying, is that it's kind of a sucker track because it can really suck you into competing really, really hard early on. I mean, you're not really going anywhere, man. Just get lined up, let these pit stops shake out, spread out the field a little bit, and make it happen. And thanks for joining us if you're watching here on live or on replay. Appreciate you being here. Already got 30 views. Wow, man, I feel like Aerosmith right now. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate all the folks who come out and watch the races and support TurnLeft TV. Have a lot of fun doing this. Years and years and years ago, some of our old guard HHRL guys were broadcasting some races. And I was so excited to see that, and I told myself once I got back into sim racing, I took some time off to get some degree and get my master's, and I told myself when I came back to racing that, I was going to try to learn how to broadcast, and here I am, like 10 years later, doing this stuff. And as you can see, I haven't learned a thing, right? I'm making all kinds of mistakes. See, the lights are out on the pace car here, so I think we're going to go back green here pretty soon. I think we're going green this time by as guys are starting to close up. So it looks like Palumbo and Robillard side by side. You see Dana Grover up there in P3. 46. Brent Owen in that Wonder Bread sponsor machine will start outside row 2.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Outside line right now, at least on the start, looks like it's the place to be. Don't like that camera angle, man. It stays way too long on looking back down the front stretch. Ed Palumbo now working on the bottom side. Looks like Ed Palumbo's got a good run, and he's going to take that lead away from the 90. Coming down the backstretch, Ed Palumbo leading this crew. Palumbo in the 54. Just behind him is Dana Grover in the 20. 90 of Todd Robillard running in the 3rd position. See the 33, John Pfeiffer. He and Brent Owen side by side there for P4. Brent Owen right now in P4 on the outside in that Wonder Bread sponsor machine. As now the Furtado machine starting to move up. Dana Grover wants a little taste of the lead as Ed Palumbo on the outside. Dana Grover working on this inside line. Brent Owen trying to ease up there as well. So maybe the 20 and the 46 working together, but it looks like the 54 and the 90 got a head of steam. Coming off turn 4 down the front stretch. And Palumbo working this outside line. Furtado also in this mix. Take a look into the back of Ed Palumbo's machine. Todd Woodblock, Tony Furtado, Dana Grover, 2, 3, and 4. Fifth is Brent Owen. Thiago Lopez and John Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer on the inside line. Lopez following the 47 truck. Lopez had that wreck earlier and trying to get this truck back up front. And he in the 47, that is Dennis Udich in the 47. Moving up. Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith on this inside as John Pfeiffer getting by. Andrew Smith running in the 10th position. Brian Hall just ahead of him. Looks like Brian running in that 6X machine. On board here with Brian Hall as he's looking ahead at John Stanley running in 8th. Brian running in the 9th position. All right, guys are starting to get it figured out here as far as single file and get some good laps in. Start closing it up with maybe about 10, 15, maybe 20 to go and really push it. You got a long race to go. Take a look at Lucas Lickman at 4X. One of those happy hour racing league drivers. He's running in the 11th position right now. Just got around John Pfeiffer, or battling John Pfeiffer, I should say. Pfeiffer up into the outside wall. Looks like John Pfeiffer might have made contact with the outside wall in that 33. Able to keep it pointed in the right direction, but a little contact there for the 33. And Lucas able to get around. Thiago Lopez and Dennis Udich, and so we saw that battle a little bit earlier. 76 now trying to get back around the 47. So Thiago Lopez now climbing back up to the 6th position. Udich falling back to 7th. And we got a battle up front here with Brent Owen and Tony Furtado. This battle is for the 4th position. Brent Owen running behind Dana Grover. Grover in the 20 truck. Furtado up on the outside line. Way up into the outside line. He's got a run there on the outside. Got a run and the draft from the 90. Tony Furtado was talking about maybe an engine overheating issue here right now, so he's concerned. His pit crew is advising him to sort of massage that throttle a little bit back off the truck in front of him. Take a look here as Dana Grover battling Tony Furtado. Dana Grover in the 20, the 46. Brent Owen in that Wonder Bread sponsor machine in this mix as well. Brian Hall in the 6X leading this charge. John Stanley, Andrew Smith behind. With Brian Hall running in the 8th position, that's 6X. Take a look at Craig Gallagher in the 13 truck. Craig races with us a little bit in the Tough Truck Series. Here he is mixing it up tonight to honor Greg Kirchmayer. Landing Hall a little bit off the pace. Maybe some damage there early on, or just fell back out of the groove. Still on the lead lap, though. He's 21 seconds back. 1, 2, 3, the 54, the 90, and the 9. Dana Grover in fourth. Brent Owen rounding out the top 5. These guys nose to tail here, giving each other a little bit of room here. We're trying to keep that truck cool. There was some information there from Tony Furtado that maybe his truck was getting a little bit warm. See the 20 of Dana Grover diving down to the inside. Not seeing any smoke coming out from that truck, so far so good for him as Brent Owen back there running in P5. This would be a big deal if Brent Owen wins this race too, and you definitely got to keep him in the conversation. Brent Owen definitely in the conversation to win this thing, on board here with him as he's running behind the 20 of Dana Grover. Grover running that Greg Kirchmayer machine. He jumped at the chance of driving this, piloting this truck tonight, and you see that outside line. It looks like it's a little bit better coming off the corners. Did a good run. These inside guys can make up some ground, but once it goes back to straight, I think these guys on the outside line might have a little bit of an advantage. On board here with Brent Owen. At Palumbo, Todd Robillard, 1-2. Dana Grover there working on the bottom side out there by himself. He's trying to clear that 54 truck. Backed off just a little bit, letting that 54 go by. Now he's backing off there. Those guys going to get by, and he's going to tuck back in. We're about halfway through this fuel run. The 54 is the leader. The 90 of Todd Robillard running in second. Tony Furtado third. Thiago Lopez has moved up to the fourth position. Brian Hall has moved up to P5. These guys are closing in on some tail end traffic here very, very soon. Landing Hall running in that 22 truck is running in the 14th position, and these guys are not too far away from swallowing him up. Todd Robillard now the leader. And they're starting to get tight there, as well as Thiago trying to muscle his way through. Thiago Lopez trying to muscle his way through. It's some side-by-side action now. 6X in this mix. 54 in this mix. 9 and the 90. They are 3 wide down the backstretch into turn 3. Ready to get it sorted out as Lopez sorted out. Lopez running on that high line as you see the 6X. That is Brian Hall running in P3. Good run here by Lopez. Brian Hall climbs up there. He's now in the 3rd position. Lopez running in 4th. 20 of Dana Grover in the Greg Kirchmayer paint scheme. Running in 5th. At Palumbo, Brent Owen 6th and 7th. Dennis Yudichin now getting around Brent Owen, so it looks like Yudichin has climbed up there. He's on that outside line, and John Stanley in the 12 helping him. 25 laps in. These guys are nose to tail all the way back to 9th position. Lucas Lichten is our 10th place truck in that 4X machine, and I would say that I apologize if I'm pronouncing his name right, or wrong, I should say. We'll just call him Lucas. How about that? I can say that one. Just don't want to offend him by pronouncing his name incorrectly. Robillard, the leader, as the 9 of Tony Furtado running in the 2nd position. Brian Hall 3rd, Tiago Lopez 4th, Dana Grover is 5th. Lopez now going up to the high side there, and that's 76 truck. This guy's starting to roll up on Lanny Hall. Lanny Hall in the 52. I don't think there's a real urgency here to try to maintain that lead lap, because if you do get lapped, you are in the lucky dog position. Now the second car, the next car in potentially getting swallowed up is the 33, John Pfeiffer. He's running in 13th. He's 17 seconds down, so a long time there before those guys catch up to him as he crosses the start-finish line. And those guys are pretty far back. See Ed Palumbo now battling Dana Grover. Ed Palumbo side by side with Dana Grover. Grover on the inside, Ed Palumbo on the outside. And it looks like Grover's got a run here on the inside. Take a look out of the side of Ed Palumbo's machine. You see Dana Grover at the wheel in the 20 Fishbones Toyota. John Stanley in this mix as well. And you see that run that Ed Palumbo gets. I guess he's running the Ford. I thought he was running a Toyota Ford. So good battling here. Brian Hall now closing in. Brian Hall making a move here to 6. Oh, the 9 up in the outside wall. The 9 got into the outside wall. That Valvoline sponsor machine made some contact with the outside wall, and Brian Hall is going to make that pass, and he's now challenging for the race lead. Brian Hall now challenging for the race lead. And Brian Hall to the inside. He wants to take this race.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag. A yellow flag, and it's a big one. It is a big one. With Brian Hall, just as he got up there to make a pass, it looked like things went haywire. And Tiago Lopez apparently involved in this. It's the second one there for him, that 76 truck. Let's see what happened here. Lopez on the inside. It looked like maybe, man, that's hard for me to see right there. He goes up to the high side, and he might have grabbed onto the 12. And then, of course, some guys get caught up in that. The 47 got caught up in that. That's Yudichin. You see the 90 coming across the track. He got caught. I think he got clipped on board here with Robillard right there, and Robillard into the wall. But, oh man, Tiago comes across and gets into the 90, and then the 90 hard into the outside wall, and the 47 gets caught up in that as well. So Dennis Uderchin got caught in this as well. On board here with him. And it's going to unfold up there in front of him. It looked like Robillard was up against the wall, and then Tiago comes across. Not the best of view in the world. And Palumbo had a view of that. And Uderchin gets caught. On board here with Ed Palumbo, we'll take a look here. You're right there coming off the corner just ahead. You see the Valvoline sponsor machine for Furtado. And it looked like those guys just tighten up. And then contact. Ed Palumbo able to get through, and then all heck breaks loose behind. Kind of going back on board here with Todd Robillard. You see, those guys got to run on the outside, but Robillard's sticking to this outside line. We're going to the slow-mo here. Sticking to this outside line. And then that 76 looks like he might have wanted to follow that 6X through. I'm not sure, but and then contact there. And all heck breaks loose. As Robillard sliding across the track. Some pretty tight racing here early on. Try to stick your truck into that spot. And second caution flag here now on lap 32. Don't forget, the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Xfinity Series will be in action for race number 2 of the season. It's a 130-lap race, and we will be at Iowa Speedway, and it'll be live tomorrow night right here on TurnLeft TV. We got some guys coming down pit lane here. Guys on pit lane as we take a look at the 6X. So yeah, he's missing some wheels. A little battle off pit lane. Always like watching this. Good camera angle here. As I forget to where the slow-mo button is. Ah, it's the Q. There we go. So it looks like we have one retired driver, and that is Craig Gallagher. What a tough break there for him. Retires his machine. Dana Grover on the outside, shown as the race leader. And he's coming down pit lane. He and Lanny Hall making pit stops. Maybe doing a little fuel strategy here, pitting a little bit later. See Lanny Hall ducking into his pit stall. Look at that concentration. 52. Four tires and fuel for the 52 truck. Tony Furtado also on pit lane. So Brian Hall shown as the race leader. So Furtado has finished up his pit stop and back out on track, trying to close up to the field. Long race to go here, 34 laps in. Got a lot of laps to go. Trying to work our way to halfway. I know one guy is going to be really tired tomorrow night, or tomorrow morning, and that is this guy. It is 10 o'clock. I got to get up at 5. So hopefully these guys keep her green, clean and green. So I think we're going to get the one to go this time by, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Hall will lead the field to take the green flag this time by. I think Ed Palumbo will start P2. Hall looks like he's elected to take that high line. Probably not a bad choice. Well, John Stanley has worked his way up to the third position. The 46 of Brent Owen starts P4. 90 of Todd Robillard with that damage. To see how much that's affected his truck. Starts in the 5th position, and the 47 of Dennis Schuderson starts in P6.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Owen on that inside. Wow, there's contact there. Everybody keeps it straight, but Stanley up into the outside wall. The 6X contact as well. Whoa, Nelly. Oh, my heavens, man. There was contact. Brent Owen took the brunt of that. John Stanley as well. Wow. That was some pretty significant contact there. So here, John Stanley, take a look. Those guys are up into the outside wall. I'm not sure what happened there. Go here and take a look. There was contact, I think, with the 46. He might have gotten into the back of the 6X. The 6X gets a little bit swirly, comes down into the 12, and then those guys just run right up into the wall, and the 46 as well. The 22 doing a good job of missing that. Wow. Early on. Like I say at this track, man, I really think it's a good idea just to get a bunch of laps in and go racing here about the last 10 laps or so. Let those green flag pit stops shake out, spread out the field a little bit, get some packs going on. The 54, the race leader in that Palumbo Cigars sponsored Chevy. The 90 of Todd Robillard running in second. The 9 of Tony Furtado running in the third position. Fourth is Lucas Ligden. That 4X truck. And that was a hard lick in the outside wall for John Stanley. '47 of Dennis Judichin. The 20 and the 13 just ahead of him. And Palumbo continuing to lead. I don't think this is a track really with these trucks that you can run away from somebody. Robillard keeping a little bit of distance. He was talking about, there was a couple drivers there talking about some overheating issues. If they were running too close to the truck in front of them. I think we probably have the tape set just a little bit too high. The 54 Palumbo Cigars machine out front getting some clean air. The 90, you see him drifting up to the high side. They're trying to get some air through the front of that truck. The 9, Tony Furtado running in the third position. In fourth, Lucas Lichten. Thiago Lopez running in the fifth position. Dana Grover is in P6. Second pack there, Dana Grover and Dennis Judichin running together. Also the 13 of Andrew Smith. Haven't talked too much about Andrew Smith tonight. He's running in that 13th position, or excuse me, 13th truck in the 8th position, challenging right now the 47. Side by side there is going to need a little help, and I think the 47's got a burst of steam and a little help from Dana Grover just ahead. Drafting partner. And the 13 tucks back in the 8th position. Thiago Lopez and Lucas Lichten, that 4X and a 76. Battling it out. The 4X inside line there, going to let that Lopez machine to 76. Loads it in on Tony Furtado. Take a look at Lanny Hall. Lanny Hall in the 52. He's running in the 11th position. Just behind him, Brian Hall. Brian had mentioned how much damage he's got to that machine. He's running in 12th. Lanny Hall running in the 11th position. Dana Grover running, leading that second pack. He's running in P6. 5 cars up there in that lead pack. One, you see a little bit of splitter issue there as that splitter dragging the ground through the corner. Dana running in 6th. Dennis Judichin 7th. Andrew Smith 8th. John Pfeiffer running in the 9th position. Take a look at John Pfeiffer. Running in that 33 truck. In P9, Brent Owen in the 10th position. Damage there for Brent Owen, I suspect. He's running in P10. So you see these guys starting to shake out a little bit, spread out the field somewhat. We do have a little cluster of cars up, or trucks up front, led by the 54. The 90 is not in any hurry here to do anything. He's trying to maybe save some fuel, keep the air rolling through the front of that truck. And Palumbo not worrying too much at being out front. Lanny Hall in the 11th position at 52, the 6X just behind him. John Stanley back there as well. Now John Stanley running in the 13th position. He's got some big time damage have not had a caution flag to allow him to come down in pit lane and get that fixed, but there was some contact with the outside wall. And the 12 a little bit off the pace. He's running in the 13th position. Dennis Judichin. In the, I hate this camera, I'll be honest with you. Dennis Judichin in the 47. Battling Andrew Smith. Smith to the inside in that 13. And Andrew Smith wants to try to grab onto this position, but he's going to need some help. He's running on this inside line, and those guys have a head of steam. Now he's going to have to tuck back in and hold on to that draft. Andrew Smith running in the 8th position. Good top 10 run there for him. Oh, man! The 4X contact there with Lopez. Looks like there was contact, I believe. Take a look here as the 4X on the outside, and then gets into that spot there a little bit, and the 76 into the wall. It's almost a carbon copy of an incident we saw earlier. My swiveling the camera didn't work. Tony Furtado down to the inside. He's running behind the 90. I said that the 20 cars down to the inside. That is Dana Grover. And Tony Furtado working on that outside line is going to get through. Furtado running in 3rd. The 20 of Dana Grover running in the 4th position. Lucas battling Andrew Smith. Smith to the inside. The 4X is Lucas Lichten now getting around Andrew Smith. Lichten on the move. He's starting to close in on these. He's got a head of steam there. As Lopez, he's got a head of steam going on. These guys may be in a little fuel safe strategy. He passed Thiago Lopez like he was standing still. And look at this. Lucas Lichten is now up to the front. Running in P6. The front crew starting to get a little dancy in the back here of this pack. Too wide. They really got to do this something with the cameras at the finish line. We don't need to have it filming. You know, you're filming focused on a car and it goes by the finish line and the car's already into turn 1 and it's still focused on the finish line. So there you go. It's serious. Switch it like that right there. You'll see what I'm talking about when these cars get around. We're looking at the 76 car right now, Thiago Lopez, as we come off turn 4 down the back stretch, or down the front stretch. Watch this situation here. It's going to cross the, there you go, and then, whoa. There we go. A little bit quicker. How about that? Lopez running into 7th position. Andrew Smith running in P8. He's in this mix. He's in this mix now. Andrew Smith running behind Thiago Lopez. Smith running in the 8th position. So a good group of trucks here running together. And they're starting to spread out. Furtado on the outside line. As everybody holds their line here, we'll be good to go. And it looks like that bottom crew is starting to work together. Dana Grover, with the help of the 4X, trying to take the race lead. The 20. So what a big deal this would be if you could win in the Greg Kirchmayer paint scheme, huh? So the 20, the 4X, now to the race lead. Ed Palumbo now falls back to the 3rd position. Thiago Lopez now working on that P3. The 90 of Todd Robillard working on the outside. Tony Furtado in this mix as well. Always always get a little nervous with some of this side-by-side racing here off the corners. And right there, Lopez stuck that truck into the outside, and then thought better of it. As Dennis Judicic just behind him at 47, to Andrew Smith there as well in the 13. Lanny Hall and John Pfeiffer battling together. This is for the 10th position. Lanny Hall up to P10. Brian Hall now has made that pass. He is running in the 11th spot. John Pfeiffer falling back to P12. Tony Furtado in the 9. Talking about how he was battling Lopez. Let's take a look at this action here. Furtado on the outside. Lopez on the inside, and he might have come up here and made some contact coming off the corner. There's some contact tightened up right there. And more action here later on. Furtado's on the outside line and Lopez on the inside trying to make some moves. We saw those guys earlier make some headway on the inside line. He's going to give it a shot, but he's going to... Oh, man, drifted up there. Things tightened up in a hurry. And Dana Grover, the leader. He wants no part of that. The 4X just behind him, Lucas Lichten. 54 to Ed Palumbo running in third. Todd Robillard fourth. 55 laps in. We're starting to click them off now. Dennis Judicic drop it down to the inside. Andrew Smith up on down on the inside as well. Looking at about 7 to 8 laps before green flag pit stops, and keep our fingers crossed. We want to have some green flag pit stops because we want to spread this field out a little bit, although it has spread out somewhat. Get these guys spread out just a little bit. Dana Grover, Lucas Lichten, Ed Palumbo, Todd Robillard, Tony Furtado, the top 5. Andrew Smith and Tiago Lopez here battling. Get a good camera angle of that. That'd be great. Andrew Smith on that inside. Lopez gets a good run on the outside. Smith goes up to the high side to follow him. And let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this pass. As, Tony's up on the outside line right there into the outside wall, and the 76 gets through. So Furtado went to the high side, and he got up into the outside wall. Let's take a look here. Coming off the corner. It's okay there. Down the backstretch. But he's going to get into this outside wall. I think the truck drifts way up. Right there, he's in the outside. And the 76 is going to use that opportunity to make a pass. The 47 is going to get by. The 13 going to try to get by. So now you know they got some damage there on that 9 truck that's going to have to get fixed when he comes down pit lane. We're looking at somewhere around 5 laps to go before these guys are going to start coming down pit lane. I think that's a pit window. Take a look at Brent Owen back here. He's kind of running by himself in the 9th position at 46. Now, if you're Brent Owen, you want to see a caution flag come out. Or you want to see some guys have trouble on pit lane. So the 46 Wonder Bread sponsor machine, he's running in P9. John Stanley and the 6X of Brian Hall battling.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, no. Caution flag. Just as we were ready to start making pit stops here, it looked like maybe right there. Looks like Andrew Smith spinning. Truck coming around. Whoa, Nelly. Andrew Smith getting it back in shape. What happened here? Let's take a look at the replay. He got up into the outside wall right here and then comes around. Oh, man, he's trying to hold on to that thing, but man, I tell you what, those guys were lucky that they were able to miss him, or that he was in the away from those guys. 13 just gets up into the outside wall and pretty hard contact, upsets the balance of that truck, and then you see Brent Owen's going to sneak through. On board here with Brent Owen, as you see Andrew Smith, they're off the pace on that apron. Single car incident. Just as we got to the possibility of doing some green flag pit stops here on lap 60. This is they had a good green flag run there. So I think we're on our third caution flag, if I remember right. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action this Saturday, January the 17th, for race number 3 of Season 1. There'll be a Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, in the Saturday Night Thunder Next Gen Series. Thank you so much for coming out and watching this race tonight, or on replay or on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash the bell, and please hit that thumbs up. Get the algorithm talking. We want more and more people to see these races and see the broadcast. Thank you all the supporters here for TurnLeft TV. Really appreciate it. Flag-to-flag coverage here on TurnLeft TV. And this is the Greg Kirchmayer Fishbones Memorial 200. And what a good turnout, too. Good turnout here to honor the life of Greg Kirchmayer. I think I mentioned earlier, Greg was a champion here at High Octane Racing League in the Tough Truck Series. Dana Grover is racing that truck tonight. He's got it up front. That would be a big, big win. Greg passed away last year, yesterday. Be 1 year yesterday. And it was a sudden deal, too. He was such a nice guy, very easygoing guy, always had a kind thing and always a kind thing to say, always positive. Even when things weren't going his way or going, the way as far as the race in general, the guy was just happy to be around other guys racing. He just loved to race and was a great leader there and the founder of Happy Hour Racing League. He and Brent, very tight. And they welcomed me with open arms, really, when I came up there. Let's see if we can catch up to the pace car. Take a look at this pace car. Every Monday we race. Here's the pace car. Brent did that up. Greg was from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Big Packers fan. Hey, can't blame him there, man. I've always been a Packers fan. And got the Fishbones on the front of that. So Greg did outreach education for students as far as natural environment, forestry, managing forests, managing, being kind to nature, those types of things. And Greg was very passionate about that and would hold these outreach programs for kids. You are more than welcome about the broadcast. I'm absolutely pleased to do this, honored to do this. I've known Greg for quite a long time. Obviously racing at Happy Hour Racing League, and Greg coming over here to race with us at High Octane Racing League. I'll tell you what, Greg and I had some battles in the truck series. When we first started doing this, when the trucks came out and we started running a league on Wednesday nights, Greg would come out, and I'll tell you what, Greg and I had some amazing battles. He won more than I did, believe me. He won the battles more than I did, but it was a lot of fun racing with him. Race you clean, but you had to be up on the wheel to be able to keep him behind you. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. I remember one race, we battled and battled and battled. We swapped positions and drop back, close back in, drop back, swap positions. It was amazing. Pit stop strategy, and it came down to just a car length, and he was able to win that race. But it was so fun. P1, P2 in that race, and what an amazing race it was here in the trucks. Well, remember what I said. Well, we haven't had too much saving fuel. Own the corners. There have been a little problems with the corners there, guys, down on that bottom line and drifting up. As we see some guys coming down pit lane. Looks like the 90 and the 9 coming down pit lane. Find your line. It's gotten a little bit better, but I think early on here we've had some problems with that, moving up and getting into a truck. Tire management, that hasn't been too much of an issue because we've had some caution flags and make good pit stops. We did have some green flag pit stops, but we had caution flag. So those are my keys to the race, and it looks like Lucas Lichten is the 4X. Going to start on the outside line. Dana Grover will start on the inside in the 20. And there was some conversation there with Brent Owen and Lucas about, Lucas, did you really want that outside line or did you want the inside line? And I think he waited a little bit too long and now has been stuck to that outside line. .65 laps in. I think it's going to be close on fuel, but I think these guys can make it on fuel. I heard some guys chattering about it a little bit, and they were going to, try to manage the throttle. Maybe I think I saw somebody coming by and doing a little clutch action on that. Try to save some fuel. A little strategy playing out here. Lights are out on the pace car, and we're going to go green this time by. Start lap 66. Everybody's going to cheer with 6-7, 6-7.
Go, go, go.
All right, we'll start lap 66. As Dana Grover on the inside, followed by Ed Palumbo in the 54. Lucas now dropping back to P3, so that inside line, at least on the restart, seems like it's a little bit better. And the 20, Dana Grover up to the outside. We've got some guys off the pace there just a little bit. Looks like Tiago down to the inside, so something happened there. So a little kerfuffle there at the start on this restart. See if what we can figure out from that. Thiago Lopez on this inside. Something happened to him. We're going through replay. Take a look. And he touches the apron right there. He touches the apron, hangs onto it. Lucky that truck didn't come around. Saw the back end of that, wanted to break loose. And he did a great job of hanging on to that. The 20, Dana Grover. The 54 of Ed Palumbo, P1, P2. Lucas Lichten is in third. Brian Hall fourth. Brent Owen is in fifth. A lot of happy hour guys up there. 3 of the top 5 happy hour drivers. Dana Grover goes both ways on that, really, because he's happy hour high octane racing league. So we'll give him happy hour. He's running the oh boy! Got a little tight there. Got a little tight. Brent Owen in this mix. That got a little tight. Oh boy. Take a look here. This is a moment ago as Lucas trying to make this pass. He's on this inside line. And this gets a little tight right there. Whoa! Lucas did a great job to keep him losing control of that truck. Dennis Udichin and John Pfeiffer. Udichin to the outside, John Pfeiffer on that inside line. And that's the back of John Pfeiffer's machine. And he's still battling the 47. 47 and the 33 getting after it. And the 90 is saying, hey man, I don't know if I feel too comfortable back here right now. He said, I don't know if I feel too comfortable. Whoa! A little squirrely. And the 33, John Pfeiffer got a little squirrely. Dana Grover wants nothing, no part of that. 4X, Lucas Lichten just behind him. P1, P2. Third is Ed Palumbo. Lopez fourth. Brian Hall is in fifth. Take a look at Brian Hall in P5 in the 6X. .29 laps to go. Oh boy, it's getting a little dicey now. Andrew Smith in this mix as well. Brent Owen just ahead on board here with Andrew Smith. Brent Owen in the 6th position. Brian Hall in 5th. Thiago's up to the 4th position. Dennis Udichin just behind. Running in 8th behind Andrew Smith. Owen on the outside line as Smith and Brian Hall in this mix. Smith trying to clear that 46. Still battling the 46. That high line has a little bit of advantage. He's behind his 6X of Brian Hall. Thiago Lopez now in the picture. You guys trying to make a run on the inside. Dana Grover, he says, hey, you guys go ahead and fight it out back there. Let's make it a 2 or 3 car race. Down to the back of his machine. Lucas Lichten just behind him in P2. Spread out. Brian Hall is starting to get a little racy here in this 6X. He's got a heck of a run. Is he going to be able to clear the 20? He might just slip up there behind him. He says, no way, I want the race lead. So Brian Hall battling for the race lead in that 6X. Brent Owen trying to sneak up there as well. The 20, the 6X, the 46, and the 4X. A little bit of new look up front. 74 laps in. The 46. Brent Owen in that 46 Wonder Bread sponsor machine. And those guys are starting to get by him on that outside line. Hard to keep that truck down on that inside and make some moves unless you have some help. It's almost getting a huge run and trying to kind of like do a slide job on somebody. It's almost the way this track races, at least with the trucks. Dennis Schuderton in the 47. Running behind Tiago Lopez. Schuderton in the 47, running in the 6th position. Brian Hall making some moves here, down to the inside. That's 6X again. Good run. He got a draft, and now he's got some room to drift up to the high side. And whoa, Lucas not having any of that. He dives down to the inside. This is some great racing going on. And Dana Grover, he's got a good look at this. Dana Grover in the 20 truck, that 6X and that 4X battling. Dana Grover holding his line on the outside. And the 4X not able to clear him. But the 6X going to give it a try now. The 6X, Brian Hall. Well, they're still battling there. Oh, boy. And there we got a crash. We have got a crash. And Brian Hall off the pace. I had a feeling, I just felt the temperature going up. And there might have been some contact. Let's take a look here at Brian Hall. Brian Hall on the outside. There was contact behind. Brian Hall here, there was contact there. Tiago made contact with the outside wall. Now we take a look here. The 6X drifted up, and he's trying to get into that gap. What a horrible camera angle, bro. Ugh. And then the 6X. Man, this is what I'm talking about, the camera angle situation. Oh, boy. Take a look at Lucas's car. Here's Lucas right here. He's got a head of steam. Lucas got a head of steam here, and Brian Hall's going to get a good run. And then here we go. He's trying to. Oh man, it's just the point when he tried to commit. Things went cattywampus. So that got a little dicey right there. It's just the moment you think you're going to get up into that spot, it closes up. So the 4X and the 6X involved. And that was just a hard lick. He was just trying to close it. It's, like I said, a horrible camera angle right there. There's nothing I can do about it. And you see some of those other guys get in there. Tony Furtado was able to kind of slip through. Not too bad as far as carnage. Take a look out of Brent Owen's machine. You see those guys getting together. John Stanley, Brent Owen going way down to the inside. That was just, committing, really. And by the time you commit, it is over. And on board here with him, you watch this. He's going to commit and see there's a little bit of movement down there, just a little spot, but he's just trying to fill that gap in that 4X, but by the time you think about it, the gap is closed. Go back to live here. 79 laps in. And Dana Grover, the race leader. I think this throws the whole fuel mileage situation out the window. We were hearing the chatter on the radio that these guys some of them were good to go. Some of them were really, really close on fuel. You see some guys coming down pit lane now. You know, Lucas is going to be on pit lane for a bit. I know he's going to have some damage. Dana Grover on pit lane. Deb Palumbo as well. This will be an interesting battle. Some guys might take two. I don't know. Just take right side tires. Not sure how smart that will be. Palumbo is able to sneak out there. Dana Grover now going to lose some positions. John Stanley moving up to the front. He might have been a two-tire stop. So John Stanley in that 12, able to gain some positions. How about that? John Stanley now in P2. Don't forget, Friday night, tomorrow night, we'll be at Iowa Speedway for race number 2 of the 2026 season, number 1, 130-lap race from Iowa. There's more than corn in Iowa. And it's going to be racing tomorrow night in the Bushwhacker Series right here on TurnLeft TV. Now John Stanley gaining some spots, huh? Let me show you how to do it, boys. Watch this. John Stanley getting out here. They're going to beat some guys off pit lane. Big time right there. The 20 not able to get out in front of the 54. The 9, actually 54 did, but the 9 and the 90 do not. So the Ford, Stanley Tool sponsored Ford, up to P2. Maybe a two-tire stop for him. Should take a look at that, huh? I don't know. Might have been a two-tire stop. Take a look at John Stanley coming in the fuel, or he might have junked 2 tires. I was hoping to see which side of the car or truck got jacked up. I are the cameraman. So 20 laps for the 20. Greg Kirchmayer. So 20 laps to go, and we are doing this for Greg Kirchmayer. In memory of Greg, he passed away suddenly last year. One day, or yesterday, made it the 1-year anniversary. Still, tough in our fresh in our hearts and our minds. And I really appreciate Happy Hour Racing League guys racing here, and the High Octane Racing League guys coming together and racing with Happy Hour Racing League. And I told Brent, I said, you could use our service, use our team speak, use our car set. Let's make it happen. And we may just make this an annual event, really. We should. Greg was such a great guy. Super positive, loved nature, loved sim racing, loved Happy Hour Racing League, loved his buddies there as well. And when he came over to High Octane Racing League and raced with us, we welcomed him with open arms. And like I was saying earlier, I had a blast racing with him. And I know the guys, he's a very popular driver. Attitude, I'll tell you, he set the example as far as attitude, the way to treat people. He was here to have fun, here to be kind. And this is why we are honoring him tonight. Staying up late on a Thursday night at Palumbo up to P1 on the inside. John Stanley in the 12 on the outside line. I'm really curious to how that 12 Stanley Tools sponsor machine is going to handle through the corners. Really curious how this two-tire situation is going to work for the 12. We're going to keep our eye on him. I do wish the I've said this before. I do wish the camera angles were a little bit better here. If somebody was going to, do anything to this track, is maybe improve those cameras down the front stretch. Get us a little bit more view of the action. '54, Ed Palumbo, one of our great New York drivers. In that Palumbo Cigars sponsored machine. Pace car's off. Here we go. We're going to start lap 83.
Go, go, go.
That last little stint went pretty quickly. Let's see how fast we can get this one in. Yeah, Palumbo clearing the 12. John Stanley. Tony Furtado in the 9. Running behind Ed Palumbo. That Valvoline sponsor machine. Down the backstretch. Spreading out there behind. Take a look at Brent Owen. He is in a hornet's nest right now. Hey, Ritzky Novar joining us in the chat session. You got to be kidding me, man. That's some royalty right there. Sim Racing royalty. Ritzky Novar has helped out a ton here at High Octane Racing League as well. Did that GT3 series car set for me when we were running that. And we miss you, man. We'd love to see you come out and race with us again. I know time and work and life gets in the way, but we'd love to see you back out racing with us. Racing stock cars as well. He races in the Xfinity Series. Got his car in the car set, of course. We'd love to see him out. One of our great Indonesia drivers. Yeah, Palumbo, our leader. That 54 Palumbo Cigars Chevy. Tony Furtado in second. John Stanley third. Tom Robillard fourth. Dana Grover in the 5th position. Grover trying to make some moves here on that inside. He would love to get this 20 truck in victory lane. You know he wants this badly. He was fired up. He did the DM. The only problem is I sent him the wrong DM today. I was using one as a template to write the Michigan race here with the special event, and I sent him the wrong text file. And oh my heavens, he read it verbatim, and my fault. Blame it on the teacher. And Palumbo in the 54, the leader. 86 laps in. Tony Furtado second, Stanley third, Robillard fourth, Andrew Smith up to the 5th position. Andrew Smith in P5 into 13. On board here with him, he's got a head of steam rolling up on that 90. Now you got to play a little defense here too. You get out of the throttle, you got a chance of these guys closing in on you, and you've got to be careful because you could end up losing that spot in a hurry. And we're looking out the window there and don't see anybody yet. Now Tiago Lopez messing around there on that inside. He and Todd Robillard side by side. Robillard is on the outside line right now in P4, but they keep swapping positions, and it's getting tight right here. And the 90 able to clear Tiago. This Craftsman Trucks sponsored Chevy. And we got a caution flag. It looks like Tiago is off the pace. Poor Tiago, man. take a look and see what Dana Grover did. We had a caution flag there. Had to send some instructions out there for one of the guys who were on pit lane. We're getting ready to watch the crash happen. Take a look here. Thiago Lopez got caught in this, and somebody had clipped him. What is it? They always happen here with the cameras all jacked up. That's not too bad right there, but might have been some contact with 13, and then more contact, I believe, ahead. The 6X and the 13 right there. So far, no problem there, but the 20. Oh, ahead of Steve right there. Oh, gets into the back of the 76. Hard contact. And that's what did it. Looked like maybe Dana Grover got into the back of Thiago. On board here with Dana Grover. He has a head of steam. Thiago going down to the bottom side here, but 13 in the way. Right here is going to get a good run, and I think he's going to end up getting into Thiago. Hard contact right there. And then, oh, heck, breaks loose. The 4X into the wall. That 4X had nowhere to go. He's had a tough break here tonight. Man, he was up front early on. Take a look at the 4X. He got into the wall, so this is a separate incident. Lucas got into the outside wall, a separate incident, but he could not avoid this mess. Contact with the 20 right there with the 76, who gets up into the 13 at that point, and then the 4X has got a head of steam, gets into the back of the 20. The 46 gets into the back of the 4X, all big checkup right there. So, all take and no give at this point. That's probably to be expected. As Ed Palumbo says, hey, you guys keep wrecking back there. I'll just go ahead and lead some laps. Now, the trick here is, we've got a few laps on these tires. Some of these guys are certainly going to be coming down pit lane to get some service. But other guys may stay out. The service guys might have some fresh tires they could do something with. Take a look at our chatters here. So we do see some guys coming down pit lane, by the way. And a whole ton of those guys coming down pit lane. Of course, Dana Grover on pit lane. All right, looked like Ed Palumbo, Tony Furtado, Todd Robillard, Brian Hall, and Brent Owen. 1 through 5. don't forget, next week we will be back on the regular Tough Trucks Series schedule. And that will be at North Wilkesboro. Sorry, I was finding for the graphic there. North Wilkesboro. I got some people talking in my ear, too, by the way. 135 lap race coming up next week. Wednesday, January the 14th. It's race number 3 of the season, and it is a 135 lap race at North Wilkesboro. All right, Tony Furtado, he's going to start in second. Ed Paloma at 54 starts in P1. It's going to be interesting. You're right. I think the crashes like that would take trucks out of the race. I don't know what the damage is set on this. I forget. 50% damage, I believe. So, idea is to keep guys in the race, keep guys competing. All in all, it's been a good race. So when we go back green, will be a lap 94. Hopefully these guys are going to get this done with no more caution flags. But what do you think of the chat? I think there's going to be another caution. Here we go. Get ready to go back green. Pace car's off. It's already tighter right there, isn't it? They're already tightened up.
Go.
Back to green. Yeah, Palumbo, the leader, he's got the 90 just behind him. Got to be really careful about bumping into the corners. It looks like he's giving him a little bit of room. Brent Owen in the 46. He's on that inside. He's wanting to get a good run. He would love to win this race. 94 laps. 93 in the books. We're on lap 94. Yeah, Palumbo, the leader. The 90 of Todd Robillard second. Tony Furtado third. Tiago Lopez after the fourth position. Brian Hall is in fifth. Got a car in the outside wall. Look like Tiago's in the outside wall. Oh, Brian Hall has 6X in the outside wall as well. Got to be really careful there. 3 wide. Looked like they were 3 wide. Ryan Hall able to gather it up. See Andrew Smith just below him, and Tiago into the outside wall again. Tiago is beating the snot out of the right side of that car. Truck. Lopez down on the inside here. He is going to try to get around Tony Furtado. He and Tony Furtado have had battles all night long on board here with Tony Furtado. As it looked like Tiago's tucked in behind him. And Palumbo opened a little bit of a gap there on the 90. That could be bad. Those guys get a run. They could slingshot around. 96 laps. 95 in the books on lap 96. And this is some racing going on, man. Brent Owen battling Tiago. Brent Owen on the outside. You see John Stanley also battling Tiago. 6X, 4X, all there together. Lucas Lichten is to the inside of Brent Owen. Oh, contact over the 6X and the 12. There was contact there. And now the 76 has gotten around. Oh, the 76 up into the outside wall again. He is beating the heck out of that outside wall. Oh, no. Caution flag. And big problems there. Dana Grover off the pace. Dana Grover came around. We'll take a look at it. These guys are 4 wide. 4 wide. And horrible camera. Of course, here's where it happens then, where the camera angles are so completely pathetic. And right there, you see the Dana Grover and John Stanley get together. On board here with John Stanley. Watch this. And oh, he comes over a little bit. Right there is the 20 drifting up. So Dana Grover, seems like a little misjudgment on the 12 and the 20. A couple Fords there getting together. All right, we're going to try it again. Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action this Saturday at Pocono Raceway. 80-lap race in that Next Gen Series. Race number 3 of the season. I get out of the broadcast booth, get into the driver's seat, at least for a little while. I've been kind of watching these guys lately, but yeah, these guys get out mixing it up. Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, 80-lap race coming up on Saturday. 9 p.m. is qualifications. Tonight's race has been brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server for your race league, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. If you want to host your website or your online store, how about some VPS hosting or shared web hosting? All of those available through EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our servers here at High Octane Racing League. Thanks to Will Dunbar and all of his help getting everything set up. And, we certainly have one of these packages as well, and it's been fantastic, man. Rock solid. We've had huge races and great tech support as well. Don't forget our buddy who couldn't be here tonight, Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the Sober Tom podcast. If you're on YouTube and you like music, please check out the Sober Tom podcast. That's Claudio Bardelli Jr., a great musician, and talks all things music there on the Sober Tom podcast on YouTube. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed if these guys can somehow get it to the finish line. Well, the 54, the 90. A little bit of look up front, a little time up front. Tiago Lopez on that inside in third. Lucas Lichten is in P4 in the 4X. Now, really, I want to say thank you to the guys at Happy Hour Racing League, Brent Owen, who runs that outfit now, and for their willingness to come over here and race in these our servers for the Greg Kirchmayer event. We've had a great turnout with 14 drivers, and Greg will be super, super proud. And I think we've done it up right. We've had some caution flags, but have that, man. We have that at some of the normal races too. And this track is notorious for that. When you get 2 wide, 3 wide, coming off the corners, guys trying to tuck into a spot, and it's by the time you make that decision to make that move, it's already closed. But I think we've done a pretty good job here so far. Keep our fingers crossed for a good finish. At Palumbo, he'd like to get the win, that's for sure. What a great turnout from the High Octane Racing League guys and the Happy Hour Racing League guys. Some of these guys have never raced together before, and it's been amazing to bring these guys together all for one cause, and that is to honor Greg Kirchmayer. I've had a lot of fun here so far tonight, and I don't think it's going to change. still going to have fun. Nobody's winning any money or any T-shirts or any days off, anything like that. We are just out here to have fun and honor Greg. That's the main thing. That is the number one thing. And I've been happy to broadcast this race. And we're getting ready to go back green this time by. Can we do it? We got 2 laps. Can we do it? All right, to 54. Got the 76 just behind him. That 90's up on the outside line in P2. The 4X. Lucas Lichten, he has been able to get that truck up front about halfway through, and he's kept it up front. Here we go. Pace car going to come off the track this time by.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, back to green. Palumbo on the inside. You see Todd Robillard on the outside line. Palumbo now it's got to contend with Thiago Lopez on the inside. They're 3 wide. Contact right there. Lopez trying to muscle his way through. Thiago Lopez trying to muscle his way through, and they are 3 wide, 4 wide through here. Lopez got a good run. Robillard on the outside at 90. The 4X sneaking up there as well. And a yellow flag. And Brian Hall's come around. We'll take a look and see what happened here. It looks like Brent Owen got into the apron there, but more contact here. Oh man, 3 wide, 4 wide there. Take a look here, John Stanley in the 12. The 13 gets up into the outside wall, and then the 33 gets off kilter. And then these guys are wrecking. And some guys sliding onto pit lane. And maybe that 33, he might have got a penalty here. We'll have to keep an eye on that because he crossed the timing line, but he was sideways. Right there was contact with the 13 and the 33, and the 33 trying to hang on to this. And you see that all that bunching up behind, and then more contact. And then the 33 is going to come down. Oh, man, hard into that inside wall. Wow. And it comes across the timing line. That was a hard lick for him. Oh, man. That was a hard lick for 33 truck. We're going to try this again. We might go 300 laps. We will not go 300 laps. I won't be here, I'll tell you that. All right. Looks like Ed Palumbo has maybe some damage there, retired from the race. Todd Robillard in the 90 is the leader, 76. Don't forget, Friday night, Cornfields of Iowa, race number 2 of the Bushwhacker Series, Xfinity Series season, 130-lap race. It'll be live. Wait a minute. Am I saying tomorrow night? It's almost going to be today. How about that? Iowa Speedway coming up tomorrow. I'll be right here, broadcasting live. Iowa Speedway. Well, we got some guys who are a little short on fuel right now. Uh-oh. We got some guys who are short on fuel maybe. Can they make it? They might be clutching the truck here. They might be using the clutch to save some fuel. Very interesting turn of events. You know, with these two green-white checkers. Yeah, you're right. I think they would drive differently if it was 100%. You're exactly right. See, looking at the chat. You are absolutely right. To watch this finish. Well, I've said this. If we get another caution flag, we're going to go single file. That's kind of the way we work it here. So we're a little compromised. These guys have unlimited green-white checkers. Those guys are in Central Standard Time. We're in Eastern Time. I told them I got to get up at 5 a.m. and it is 20 after 11 here. So. Betting on yellows? I don't know, man. I was betting on more than one green-white checker, I'll be honest with you. Didn't lay my money on the table, but it was just a mental bet. Robillard, our leader. Lopez, second. Lichten is third. Uterchin, fourth. Dana Grover is fifth. See Brent Owen, Andrew Smith, John Stanley, Ryan Hall, and Lanny Hall rounding out the top 10. We have 3 trucks out of the race. Palumbo, Furtado, and Gallagher all out of the race. Take a look at that Bushwhackers Series schedule. You see Kentucky, Kansas, and then we got the Daytona Duels. And midway through, 2 races there that will set the front row for the February 13th race at Daytona. That's going to be a good one too, man. Daytona will be a lot of fun. There's 2 dual races. Whoever wins, so race 1 wins that, and then race 2, the winner of that, they set the front row. Winner of race 1 starts on the pole. Winner of race 2 starts outside row 1. The rest of the guys will qualify for position. All right, the lights are out on the pace car. Keep your fingers crossed for a clean finish here. We just got to get 2 laps in, man. That's all we got to do. Everybody be patient. I mean, I'm eligible for retirement now, but I plan on retiring next year, so we got to get this bad boy in the books. All for a good cause, man. Greg Kirchmayer. He'd be having a giggle at this. He'd give us a pep talk, but he'd be having a giggle over it. There's no doubt about that. Happy Hour Racing League event here tonight. Todd Robillard, does he have enough fuel? Does this 76 Thiago Lopez have enough fuel? Make it to the end. We'll see. I think the pace car might be smoking.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go, back to green. Robillard on the high side there is a 4X diving down to the inside. He's looking to get around the 90. Robillard now going to the high side. Thiago Lopez just behind him on the high side now. Lopez in the hornet's nest. He's in the middle. There's a 4X drifting up there a little bit. He's going for broke. Lucas Lichten going for broke, and then it's tight there between Lopez and the 90. Can we get another lap in? We can do it. I swear we can. Lucas Lichten in the 4X. He's got the lead. Thiago Lopez looking on the low side. Not able to do it. Drifting up to the high side. The 6X trying to sneak in there. The 20 trying to sneak in there. Lucas down the backstretch to the inside. Oh, boy. 3 wide. 3 wide, 13 to 6X and a 76. 76 got to run on the outside line. The 20 to the inside. Ow! And the 4X gets the win. They're racing, or they're wrecking at the line. And look at this, man. They were wrecking at the line. The 20 on his hood. And Lucas Lichten getting the win. Congratulations to Lucas. So Lucas in the right place at the right time, getting the win. Good job to Lucas. So great job to Lucas, and what a finish, huh? It was an interesting finish, that's for sure. And the 4X, Lucas Lichten getting the win. So Lucas with the big win here. Yeah, what a wild race that was. Good finish though. And doing the burnout. Burning it down. So congratulations to Lucas on getting the big win. And how about that? Happy Hour Racing League driver gets the victory. Congratulations to him on getting the win. So a great win here in the Greg Kirchmayer. The Fishbones 200. Try to get him up in the booth here. Before we do the winner here, we'll take a look at the final results. Take a look at the final results here. All right, Lucas Lichten. Gets the win. Britt Owen finishes in second. Brian Hall finishes in the third position. John Stanley battles for a fourth place finish. Dennis Schuderson finishes in fifth. Dana Grover finishes in that sixth position. Andrew Smith, seventh. John Pfeiffer finishes eighth. Todd Roblar, ninth. Tiago Lopez finishes in the 10th position. Finishing in 11th is Delaney Hall. Ed Palumbo finishes in 12th. Todd Furtado, 13th. And Craig Gallagher finishes in P14. All right, we got Lucas joining us here in the broadcast booth. Man, that was an eventful race. A lot of three-wide racing, a lot of passing. Great job. Congratulations. Talk about how that race went for you.
Yeah, I hadn't done oval racing in multiple years, and I haven't raced really with these guys. It's in a while. I'm European. It's like right now 5 a.m. These days I usually wake up around this time to then go to work, so I don't have to wake up today that early, so I was able to just wake up at like 2 a.m. and do this race here today.
I know how you feel with the 5 a.m. That's what time I get up in the morning, and it's a nightmare sometimes. But man, coming out here and racing to honor Greg, I know means a lot to me. Talk about what that means to you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed my time racing here with the guys, and Greg was just one of the people who I liked, really enjoyed racing against when I was still able to attend here a few races around 2020, 2021, and I think 2022, and I raced here.
Yeah, I think Greg set the example on really how to treat other drivers, being helpful, how to run a race league, and you got to be really, really comfortable there at Happy Hour Racing League.
Yeah, it was a really fun time there here. It was really, really fun racing here again. Even though I had to basically map my stuff again, had to install TeamSpeak earlier, just briefly install that with my package manager. And I didn't have any practice in qualify. Started in the back. My force feedback was the entire race a bit too high. It was we had the first caution. I didn't think much of the run up until that point, and then a couple people pitted. I got up further the order, and on the restart there, I got shuffled way back till after a couple laps, realized the problem was that I was just not turning in enough. I thought the car was already pushing, when the reality was it was just my force feedback was so high that I didn't feel that that I just needed to turn more. And that was the solution. And from that point on, that first longer green flag stint, I had the problem of just being out of the draft, trying to catch back up, but just stayed back there. Then had the second longer green flag stint. After the yellow, I had obviously was able to catch back up with the yellow, and then run. And then run in the front was running behind Dana, just trying to take it easy, and
And a little bit of luck on your side too with avoiding some of those caution flags. You know, I saw you kind of drop back there a little bit, and then you just, just appear out of nowhere. You weave your way through traffic. It's a pretty amazing run.
Yeah, stint 2 was like from stint 3 towards the end. Stint 3, I after the third caution, I took only outside tires. But besides that, I was struggling a bit there. But like the main problem was that I then got at the end there was involved in the causing of the fourth caution, and then I got collected, I think, in the fifth caution as well. Again, the accident there, so that hit me back twice and had to pit for repairs and take fresh tires twice there. And then got to the last set of and I think at that point it was like 8 laps or so to go, and I was relatively towards the back, like 10th position or something, and then I just started the last few laps to work myself up. Then when we got into the green-white checker, I was already like P4, and then I got lucky with Ed dropping out, so I was up to 3rd when the restart happened, and I got a pretty good launch there, and got alongside even Todd a bit, and Thiago then decided he wanted to squeeze between me and Todd, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna... I was just trying to get to the finish line at that point. I was not really looking for a win here today, and just trying to perhaps get a decent finish, and once it became a pre-wire, I was like, okay, I will try my best on the inside here and see, and somehow I ended up in the lead coming at a 4, and then it was just trying to desperately hold on for the last lap.
A little bit of skill and a little bit of luck add together for a victory here in the inaugural Fishbones Memorial 200. Congratulations to you, Lucas, and hopefully next year we can do this again.
Yeah, we'll see if I can arrange getting here again next year. It was very fun to run, to do some over racing again.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for joining us and here at High Octane Racing League, supporting Happy Hour Racing League and honoring Greg Kirchmayer. Really appreciate that, and congratulations.
Yeah.
So that is Lucas Lichten joining us up here in the booth, and congratulations to him, the inaugural Fishbones 200. We got her in the books, man. It's got a little messy there for a little bit, but he did a great job getting it in the books, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Really appreciate the support. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash that bell. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow, man. We'll see you next time. I'm out of here.